So yesterday was the one-year anniversary of the failed coup attempt in Turkey, and President Erdogan and the AKP, which is his party, had huge rallies across the country. But listen to what was said at one of these rallies. Let's watch.
Massive crowds have turned out across Turkey to mark 1 year since a failed coup attempt against Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Mr. Erdogan made appearances in Istanbul and in Ankara, and he unveiled this monument in the capital for people killed during the coup attempt. Since then, the president has led a mass crackdown. He says the U.S.-based cleric Fethullah Gulen was behind that coup attempt, and in Istanbul, he promised no mercy for those that he says betrayed the country.
We know who is behind these terrorists. However, there is also the fact that if you do not combat and fight against these pieces, we cannot fight and overcome those who are manipulating them. Therefore, we are going to behead these traitors.
One of the top allies of the U.S. There were allegations against Erdogan that not that long ago they had established basically a pact with ISIS in Syria. They had an oil deal where ISIS would send them oil from Syria to Turkey. And of course, Turkey's aligned with the rebels in Syria, and most of the rebels at this point are Islamists and jihadists. They're fundamentalists, they're extremists. So Erdogan's a pretty bad character, and now he's openly talking about beheading people. Well, that's good. By the way, there's been tens of thousands of people who've been purged since the failed coup attempt. Erdogan is using this as an excuse to take everybody who's more liberal and secular and disagrees with him, kick them out of the universities, kick them out of their jobs, lock them up, no due process. There's been torture. There's been rape, according to Amnesty International, post the failed coup attempt. So Turkey going full-on police state. Forget secular democracy there. It's gone. Going, gone. And then there were the constitutional referendums that passed recently, which gave him the power to just decree and enact new laws. The fuck is that? That's nothing but a dictatorship. That's nothing but authoritarianism. So what we're dealing with here is Turkey sliding way back. And, Erdogan is one of those people who he really does strike me as, man, he would love to start conquering more territory. He would love to start feeling like he's bringing the old Ottoman Empire back. And I think the U.S. would just kind of sit idly by, because when you're our ally, we let you do whatever you want. Look at Israel. New settlements all the time, taking more and more Palestinian land, just destroying Gaza through and through. And we just kind of sit there. Saudi Arabia, you do whatever you want. Oppress your own people. Don't give women equal rights. Kill people for sorcery and witchcraft and drug smuggling. We don't care. So yeah, whatever. You say all atheists are terrorists. I guess they are. Go right ahead. Here's more weapons. Here's more money. So we already know that if you're a partner with the U.S. business-wise, well, then you get to get away with whatever you want. So Erdogan is that. So he takes his country from a secular democracy into an authoritarian dictatorship, theocratic authoritarian dictatorship, talks about beheading people, has shown that he wants to expand further, viciously oppresses the Kurds. Shrug, whatever. Horrendous. Again, our top allies. Some of our top allies just happen to embrace liberal values the least, as we proclaim to believe in liberal values. Human rights, democracy, freedom. Really? Then why Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey? New phone, who dis? Exactly.